Good afternoon. Quick update. Today is 4/5/1. A few comments yesterday, quite a few comments. Thank you very much, everybody. From Catherine, Jeff, PS, etc. Thank you for the comments. Much appreciated. That's what makes it worthwhile. Okay, so I finished yesterday's video on us looking at the colours and getting approval from Koymans. Thank you, Koymans. Everyone think I'm sponsored by Koymans, but I'm not. Should do, really. I should go on in and say I'm going to spend an absolute fortune with you. Let's do a sponsorship deal, but I didn't. Note to self. So anyway, they've given us the approval. We took in the colour charts that we wanted. We also picked one of their colours as well. So we took in the Sherwin-Williams colours on that little tile, which I'll show you in a second to show you the colours that we selected. A couple of you have obviously said 1s, 2s and 3s, a bit of a mixture of obviously opinions. One of the issues I did pick a colour, but the colour that we actually picked always determines the accuracy on the base coat that they select. Now the base coat is normally, let's say you're going to go with an emulsion, you're going to go with a satin wood, that is technically the base. I'm also selecting the base for them, so I'm saying here's a tub of white rubber, that is classed as the base. So what he did quite cleverly, he worked out his 5 gallons, there's the colours on 5 gallons, but rather than going 5 gallons all in one lump, he did a gallon at a time, shook it, did a gallon at a time, shook it. When he got to number 2 injections of colour and shook it, it came out very, very close to one of the colours I was selecting. So he was very reluctant to put any more colour into the product. So I brought the product back here to check it versus the slates that we've the colour charts that we've selected, and it wasn't the same as any of the 3, but very, very similar to the one that I selected. So I chose to go ahead and apply it to the floor. So here is the 3 colours. Let me show you. You guys saw the 3 colours yesterday. Now, very, very bright sun today and very, very top heavy. So we're pretty much centred down. Now, what you'll see here is the floor. So that floor is 1 coat. And it was meant to be this one here. But as you can see, there's a very, very slight difference in colour. This is a bit more browny grey. And this is quite a light grey, but they're very, very similar. So we can't go any more colour on here, otherwise this will start going darker. But also, now that we're in a natural light, I do prefer this one. Now, quite a few of you said number 2, and I think number 2 would have been the better colour. But when the sun went down last night, this one was my preference, and then it went to this one. So now we've had it done very similar to this one, and we're in this light, I'm actually now preferring this one. So anyway, but I think you'll agree, even with the first lot on the floor, it's looking 10 times better. And I can still change it. You know, this is we've got to do 2 coats. This is actually having the 2nd coat on now. Sherwin's actually doing the coats as well. Sherwin in the house. So this is now with 2 coats. Now the wind is up today, and we are getting quite a few little bits coming off the Casarinas, which is beautiful when you're not painting. Not beautiful when you are painting. But anyway, it dries quite quick. So at the moment, it's definitely given us the feel we want and definitely given us the look we want. Whether it bonds to the floor as well as it should do, who knows? We can only go on what it did upstairs. On the roof, it went on really well, and we've walked on it and all sorts, and it's been fine up there. However, this is a bit more polished, so fingers crossed it's going to do what it needs to do. So we actually used a concrete silicone, a dab one, which is actually in Koymans. And believe it or not, it's only $11.99 a tube as well. So the guy in there recommended it. He said it goes rock hard. So we've literally siliconed all the way along the window frames. We've not done here yet because we've still got to work out what we're going to do with these LED lights. Jeff, I will show you the LED lights at some stage when they're not looking like someone's having an epileptic fit, because that's what it looks like when you turn them on. It's like a frigging disco. But yeah, so we've obviously got the 2 panels in there now. All the drives are housed in here, but we have got to get those sorted. So anyway, we put obviously the construction silicone in there, which has gone hard, and now we're also able to paint straight over it, which is good, and we'll do these at another stage. So as you can see, it's going on nice with the 2nd coat, so it definitely is a 2nd coat product. It's not a single. You could see the concrete through the first one, as you can see here. That's pretty much what was happening on the first coat, which isn't too bad in all fairness. So at the moment, we're just got to make a decision now whether it looks okay. As you can see from here, it looks great. It doesn't look grey when you look at it in the sun. It looks like an off-white stroke cream. But I do think that brownie cream in the middle, he says, I'm looking at it, the brownie cream in the middle I think would have been a better option. So we're going to get 2 coats on here, we're going to get 2 coats on here, we're going to let them bed in and dry, and then we're going to test them, and we're going to just sit on them and have a think. And then 2 things are going to happen. We're either going to go and buy some more of the Henry coloured the same, and we're going to do the whole patio area, or we're going to change the colour and go over this one and then go that way. Either way, we're going to need a couple anyway. I think we'll get away with 5 gallons definitely on here, with a little bit left over, and I think we'll need at least 2 on here, I would have thought. So we're going to have 3 either way. So fingers crossed it beds in and it looks fine, and it might also help the pool with a difference. Obviously we don't want it exactly the same as the pool colour. It just needs to be a pleasant colour that tidies things up, stops the slippage when it gets wet, and yeah, it just makes it look tidier. So everything crossed that it works, that's for sure. It bloody does look. So other than that, that's been our task for today. It's just literally getting that down, so let's show into it. Second coat will be finished on that one in a minute, and then we'll probably do a second coat on this one, and then we'll decide whether we're going to, on Monday, we'll decide whether we're going to continue as it is or whether we're going to move that on. But anyway, I thought I'd give you an update. Once it's finished, I'll get back on and show you. In the meantime, don't forget, give me that thumbs up below and keep those comments coming. They are very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so we're at 20 to 5. 2 coats on, all finished. So I'll show you that in a second before I start gabbling. Give me a like and subscribe below if you don't mind. So, still a little bit tacky, but 2 coats are on. Let me show you what it looks like. So, it certainly looks good. So, is it going to be functional, and is it going to remain, or is it going to come off and be a pain in the arse? Definitely shows up some of the imperfections on the concrete, obviously. But then you're not going to stop that anyway, so. It's a bit tacky still, so look. No, feels alright. So it's looking like you can actually still walk on it as well. So it's obviously clear it's not cured yet, so there's a little bit of a tack to it, I can feel it. But it feels alright. Awesome. So it looks a lot better. So, do I now go for the whole patio, or do I do something different? Obviously where this is concerned, this is going to be out of the way a little bit and just tidies up the pool, which means it's not going to have a great deal of traffic on it. But with traffic, will it actually end up coming away? So the edges here, we can see that are lifting slightly already. So is that because it's gone onto a polished part? And should we actually sand this down a little bit and rough it up, try and make sure it's got something to grip to? I don't know. Either way, it's going to look a lot nicer than it is at the moment, that's for sure. It can't get any worse than this. The tile adhesive has definitely worked on the floor as well, so whether you guys have got the appetite for risk like I have is up to you. But trust me, I've tried everything from a crack point of view. Concrete guys on the island have recommended all different products and all of them have failed. This is the only product so far I've used that's been good. So I'm not saying it's going to be absolutely perfect, but at the same time, you know, we are still going to have to put some more on here. Got to scrape up some of these bits, obviously. To give an example, there was one there that you can't really see. There's one here that you can see along here. So it's not too bad. The tile adhesive obviously has filled it. It's waterproof, and once it's been rolled with the rubber, you can't really see it. And there's another one over here as well that we did. I think this one wasn't filled very well. Yeah, see this one, you got a dent on that one, look, because Sherwin's not managed to fill that one level enough. So that just didn't have enough in it. So yeah, I think you have to make sure that they're obviously level, and then once you paint it, it'll be fine. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this over a week or two, get some deck chairs on it, drag it a little bit, do some walking on it, make some marks on it, see if the marks come off. I think I'll do that first, and then once I've established the level of aggro I'm going to get from it, then I can decide whether I'm going to take the risk and go over there. But one thing it has confirmed is that it's giving me the stickiness, so the non-slip. It's giving me the look I'm looking for. I've got colour choice. it's in budget, obviously. So if I could get that done as well and not have any aggro with it, absolutely perfect. So see how we get on with it over the next week or two first. I think we'd be pretty crazy to go rolling it straight across the floor here before we actually, one, finish it and get it right, and two, test whether it actually works and we don't have problems. Because if it doesn't work, then obviously I've got to try and find another product, and I've also got to try and work out what can I have that's going to go over this. Now on the roof it's been absolutely fine, but obviously there's no traffic, there's no dragging of anything up there, so it's a very different environment that that's put into. But at the same time, the other thing we can do is steps, anywhere there's walking, where there's certainly around the pool area where people are going to be walking up and down the steps with wet feet. Certainly worth it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it as it is. It's a short one for now. Obviously, we did a longer one yesterday. So again, like I said, thanks for the comments. I'll upload this one a bit later on as well. If anyone's got any questions, please let me know. Catherine, your nephew reached out to me, by the way, so I will go and actually have a chat with your nephew and have a look at the house. And I'll be in touch. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend, and I will speak to you guys soon. Take care.